Fear has always lived in the human experience. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being alone, fear of not being enough. But lately, one particular fear has climbed to the top of the pile, burrowed deep into our collective psyche. The fear of missing out. FOMO is more than just a meme or a marketing tactic. It's a psychological weight. It's that twitch you feel when you see someone doing something exciting without you. It's the inner whisper that tells you everyone else is living more fully, achieving more, laughing harder, loving deeper, while you're just here, stagnant, lacking. FOMO doesn't just make you question your choices, it makes you question your worth. It casts a shadow over your quiet days, your small wins, your moments of rest. It tells you that if life doesn't look loud and fast and constantly on display, it must not be real. But this fear is not a truth-teller. It's a manipulator. It doesn't want you grounded, present, content. It wants you chasing. Always chasing. But what if you stopped? What if you questioned the fear instead of yourself? What if missing out on someone else's life means finally showing up for your own? We're not just living anymore. We're performing. The stage, our screens, the audience, anyone who will look. Social media didn't invent FOMO, but it supercharged it. Every scroll shows someone doing something more thrilling, more glamorous, more purposeful than you. Your quiet cup of coffee suddenly looks dull next to someone's mountaintop sunrise. Their engagement, promotion, vacation, or six-pack becomes the new standard. In your moment, not enough. But here's what we forget. You're not seeing a life. You're seeing a snapshot, a highlight, a carefully chosen, filtered moment meant to impress, not express. No one posts their internal chaos. No one shows you the fight they had right after that perfect date night. Pick. You don't see the debt behind the vacation, the burnout behind the career success. We know this, and yet we compare anyway. We trade reality for illusion, and in doing so, we rob ourselves of appreciation. You're measuring your whole story against someone else's most polished chapter, and it's rigged from the start. If you keep scrolling for worth, you'll never feel full, because the scroll is designed to keep you hungry. But you don't need more noise. You need clarity. And clarity never comes from a highlight reel. It comes from turning inward. FOMO is clever. It doesn't yell at you. It whispers. It nudges you with a subtle sense that something's missing. That you are what's missing. That your life is a few steps behind everyone else's. Comparison is the hook it uses to reel you in. It pulls your attention to what you don't have, haven't done, or haven't become. You open an app just to pass time. But 5 minutes later, you're questioning your entire existence. You were fine before, but now you feel like a failure. That's the danger. It doesn't take much. One photo, one post, one success story that isn't yours, and suddenly your joy evaporates. But here's the thing, their joy isn't your loss, their path isn't your measure, and the longer you chase their version of success, the further you get from your own. Comparison keeps you focused on someone else's journey, but healing starts when you reclaim your own, when you stop asking, why not me? And start asking, what's mine to pursue? FOMO makes you forget that you have a unique voice, a unique rhythm, a unique life, and the only thing it's really trying to take from you is your peace. FOMO thrives on the lie of scarcity. It tells you that there's not enough to go around. Not enough love, not enough success, not enough time. It tells you that every win someone else gets is a loss for you. That every opportunity they seize is one you've missed. It whispers that if you're not first, you're last. If you're not doing it now, you're already too late. But that's not truth. It's fear in disguise. Life is not a limited resource. Joy doesn't run out. Creativity doesn't expire. Purpose is not something someone else can steal from you. The belief that you have to compete to matter, to rush to belong, is the very thing keeping you disconnected from your own life. The more you buy into scarcity, the more you panic. The more you panic, the more you perform. The more you perform, the further you get from authenticity. And authenticity is the only place fulfillment actually lives. There is no shortage of what's real, what's honest, what's meaningful. The only shortage is your attention, constantly pulled outward instead of inward. You're not missing out because someone else is winning. You're only missing out if you forget that there's more than enough room for all of us to thrive. We're raised with a blueprint. Go to school, get the degree, land the job, fall in love, buy the house, have the kids, check all the boxes, smile for the camera, keep it moving. And if your life doesn't look like that, the world says you're off track, behind, lost. That's how FOMO sinks, gets teeth in. It makes you believe there's only one version of success, one path, to happiness. That if you're not living the right life, you're living a wrong one. But there is no one path. That blueprint? It's fiction. A myth passed down and polished for appearance. Everyone's timing is different. Everyone's calling is different. And everyone's version of fulfillment looks different. Some find meaning in travel, others in stillness. Some crave connection, others crave solitude. There's no right rhythm, just yours. The myth of the right life keeps people stuck in jobs they hate, in relationships that numb them, in routines that deplete them. All because they're afraid of missing out on the version of life they were told to want. But you don't owe the world a picture-perfect timeline. You owe yourself the truth. And the truth is, the right life is the one that feels real to you. FOMO makes everything feel urgent. It tells you you're falling behind, that everyone else is sprinting ahead while you're stuck. It pressures you to speed up, to catch up, to keep up. But life is not a race. There's no finish line, no podium, no stopwatch judging your every move. The idea that there's a deadline to find success, love, happiness, or purpose is a myth. That pressure you feel to achieve everything quickly isn't coming from your soul. It's coming from the noise outside you. The truth is, slow is sacred. Timing is personal. And your pace is not supposed to match anyone else's. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to grow slowly. You are allowed to take your time figuring it out. We don't all bloom in spring. Some of us are winter seeds, and that's okay. Rushing doesn't lead to peace. It leads to burnout, disconnection, and regret. When you stop seeing life as a race, you start to see it for what it is, a journey, a path, one that's uniquely yours, meandering, winding, full of stops, starts, and beautiful detours. There's no late in a life that's unfolding in its own time. Trust the timing of your own becoming. FOMO isn't just a distraction. It's a thief. It steals the now. It takes your attention and yanks it somewhere else. Into someone else's highlight reel. Into imaginary timelines. Into moments you aren't even living. And while your mind chases what you think you're missing, your real life quietly slips by. The present becomes invisible. The cup of coffee in your hand. The person sitting next to you. The breath in your chest. All get buried beneath the weight of comparison and longing. But here's the truth. The present moment is the only place life actually exists. Not in the photos. Not in the likes. Not in what might have been. Right here, right now. That's where joy lives. That's where peace can reach you. But only if you're willing to be still enough to notice. Still enough to stop scrolling. To stop reaching. To stop doubting. There's magic in the mundane if you're willing to look closely. If you're willing to be where your feet are. Because no experience, no achievement, no applause will ever feel as real or as grounding as presence. FOMO fades when you return to your life. Not the imagined one, not the curated one, but the one unfolding in real time. Escaping FOMO isn't about deleting every app or hiding from the world. It's about reclaiming your power. The power to see clearly. To choose consciously. The first step is awareness. Recognizing when you're slipping into comparison. When your joy is leaking out. Because someone else's life looks shinier. Then you question the story. Ask yourself, is this real? Is this relevant? Is this even what I want? Because sometimes what you think you're missing wasn't meant for you at all. We confuse envy with desire. We think if others love something, we should too. But freedom begins when you stop trying to want what they want and start honoring what's actually true for you. Then you come back to the moment. The breath, the body, the real. Anchor into what's happening here and now. Your path, your pace, your power. Let the scrolling slow down. Let the noise fade. Make space for silence, for presence, for your own truth to be loud again. Breaking the FOMO cycle isn't a one-time fix, it's a daily return. A constant remembering. You don't need to keep up. You just need to come home to yourself. Again and again. You are not missing out. That sentence alone can feel like a radical truth, a relief, a revolution. Because most of us live with a constant itch. This sense that something's happening elsewhere. Something better, something brighter. And in that chase, we overlook the richness of what's already here. The truth is, you are already living a life, a real one, a full one. Not perfect, not filtered, not always exciting, but real. And that matters more than anything someone else might be showcasing. You have breath in your lungs. People who care. A mind that's still growing. A body that keeps showing up for you, no matter what. These are miracles, not placeholders. The obsession with what's missing is often just a mask for not being fully present with what's already been given. You don't need a bigger life. You need deeper presence. You don't need more applause. You need more alignment. Enoughness isn't found out there. It's felt in here, in your own chest, in your own days. You are not falling behind. You are not missing the moment. You are the moment. You are already enough. You already have enough. Start living like it. FOMO will keep knocking. That's the nature of fear. It shows up. It whispers. It pokes at your insecurities and reminds you of what you haven't done, haven't seen, haven't achieved. But you get to choose what you listen to. You can keep feeding the fear. Keep refreshing the feed. Keep measuring your life in likes, timelines, and trends. Or you can stop. You can choose your own life. Not the life Instagram says you should live. Not the one your parents envisioned. Not the one your friends are following. Yours. The one that feels good in your gut. The one that feels like peace in your chest. Choosing your life means turning down the noise. Letting go of timelines that aren't yours. It means taking back your definition of enough, of joy, of success. It means saying no to things that sparkle but don't satisfy. FOMO fades when you realize your life is not a competition. It's a creation. And every time you choose what's true for you, even if it's quiet, even if it's small, even if no one claps for it, you win. Not because you did more, but because you lived more honestly, more freely, more fully. If you agree, ink, rage, repeat. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.